Okay, so I'm largely talking to the Bronze Award pupils because by the time pupils have got through the Bronze Award, this becomes second nature. But certainly first time round, it can become a little bit confusing. First place I want to introduce you to is the DofE webpage. So dofe.org. And then I've just simply clicked into the Do Your DofE section on the top left there. And what we're then going to look at is we can look at the activities section. And we're going to be looking at sections. And here are the guidelines for each of the sections that you're interested in. So the expedition section we sort out for you. You don't need to do anything for that at all. You just need to have a look at, for example, the volunteering section, see what the rules and regulations are, the physical section, and the skills section. There's nothing that is mind-blowing in any of these. The only key thing that sometimes people get wrong is the skills section. You cannot use any physical activity for the skills section. I understand that it requires skill to play netball, football, hockey. It requires skill to do dance, to do yoga. I recognize all of these things. However, each of those constitutes only as a physical activity in the DofE's eyes, and therefore the skill has to be something that is non-physically based. Lots of guidance would have already been sent to you regarding that. Anyway, so here are the sort of the breakdown of what each of these sections are. If you want to click on the left-hand side to ideas for activities, if you wanted to get some new ideas, you could, for example, click on the, you can see how you could make your skills section climate-based or your volunteering sections climate-based. There are various different ideas that you have in this website. A really good place to spend a good sort of hour at the beginning of your award to get a good idea of how things work. It is worth pointing out that a lot of your physical and skills sections can be done using the clubs at school. We have usually around about 100 clubs running at any one time at school, and therefore most of those constitute pretty good activities for your skills and your physical. If you wanted to have a look at some other things, if you type in DofE opportunity finder into a search engine, just click on the first thing. And then you choose that you are a participant in these three. You are not an activity provider. And then you have essentially a search engine that allows you to have a look at some opportunities that people would have put online for you to get involved in. So let's have a quick look at, for example, volunteering. Let's say we want to do it in London. And cost, of course, we're not going to be paying for volunteering. That kind of kills the point of volunteering. And instantly you'll see that there are various opportunities for volunteering. Some of them are based at home. Some of them are online supports, but there are lots and lots and lots of different things and really quite fun things available. Virtually none of them cost any money, but really good things that you can do and get involved in. This doesn't limit itself just to volunteering, of course. If I were to pick something like a skill, and I would be willing to pay, let's say, up to £100, you can see there's online cookery courses, there is photography courses, there's various things. You can see this section has over 230 different opportunities, various things that you can get involved in should you want to. Of course, as I say, this doesn't need to cost you any money at all, apart from the initial cost of the award. Most things you can do without any additional costs to yourself or your parents. In terms of volunteering, which does tend to be the one that pupils find more difficult to find, it's a lot easier than you think in some ways. As long as you get in early, there are lots of people, especially at Ibstock, that get involved in volunteering opportunities, and they do get taken up reasonably quickly. But an easy thing is quite literally to go in a search in. So let's try East Sheen, volunteering East Sheen, and I'll just type in, choose the top one. Most villages and towns have these things set up somewhere. And you just see one nearest to school. If we have a quick look through, lots and lots and lots of opportunities for people to get involved in and to volunteer as part of their DofE. A really good place to start, a really good place at the very start of your DofE to start emailing around or go and visit these places. A lot of them are, they have the address where you can literally pop in and have a chat with them. And it's a really, really good place to get started. Any questions, of course, do come straight to me. Parents and carers, from the very outset of DofE, we really strongly recommend that the pupils themselves take the lead on this, and that they make contact with me and ask questions, and they organise all this by themselves with your support, of course. But a big part of the DofE process is taking the bull by your horns as an individual rather than relying on the adults around you to do it for you. So if you could encourage your sons and daughters to come and find me directly if they have any questions, that would be greatly appreciated.